As a real estate agent in Tucson, Arizona, buyers tell me all the time that they're interested in purchasing a home, but it will not necessarily be their forever home. A lot of my clients say to me, I'm planning on living here for 3 to 5 years, but I do want to purchase a home that is going to be easy to sell down the road. There are several things to look for in a property in the Tucson area that will help you sell the home quickly later on. Let's start with one of the most obvious, and that is a single-story house. A lot of cities have 2-story and 3-story and multi-level and finished basements and all that kind of stuff, but here we just don't have much of any of that. In general, most people would prefer a single-story home over a 2-story home. And you might say, well, I grew up in a 2-story home and I don't mind it, and that's fine. But when you go to sell your home in a couple of years, most buyers will prefer a single story over a 2-story home. A lot of our buyers are retired, and a lot of people do not want to deal with the higher electric bills that might come with a 2-story home, etc. It's just better to purchase a single-story home if you are at all concerned about resale value. Hey everyone, it's Kimberly, your go-to real estate agent in Tucson, Arizona, and today we are talking about the type of home you should be considering purchasing in the Tucson area if you are at all concerned about resale down the road. Now, I'm not talking about updated and functional kitchens and primary suites. That criteria is important anywhere in the country. I'm talking about Tucson homes specifically. Most of my buyer clients actually are not thinking about resale when they purchase a home, but I sure do. I'm a real estate agent. I know that even if you think you've found your forever home, life happens and people end up moving all the time for work or family or other reasons. But if you know for sure you'll only be in your new Tucson home for a short period of time, you should probably keep in mind that resale is in your near future. At the end of this video, I'll throw in some criteria that I don't think will affect your resale chances positively or negatively whatsoever, and some of those tips might surprise you. Like and subscribe to follow along with Tucson news and learn more about things to do and see and know about this city, my hometown. And when you or a friend is interested in purchasing a Tucson home, I would love to assist. All my contact information is in the description below any of the over 1,000 videos on this channel. So guys, let's talk about backyard orientation. I know I sound like a broken record because I talk about this in almost every single one of my real estate videos, but a west-facing backyard in Tucson is really not ideal. As we all know, the sun rises in the east and it sets in the west. Most people like hanging out in their backyard porches, barbecuing, swimming in their backyard swimming pools at the end of the day. But in the summertime, if your yard faces west, you won't even be able to go into your backyard at the end of the day without getting fried. So west-facing backyards are probably not ideal for most people. Now you might say, I'm not planning to use my backyard at the end of the day, or I don't like to have any backyard barbecues, I don't have any friends, and that's totally fine. But just keep in mind that when you go to sell your home, someone else might not like that. Another thing to keep in mind is obviously location. They always say location, 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 and of course it's true everywhere, not just in Tucson, Arizona. Is the home you're purchasing now in an area with good schools? What about low crime rates? What about distance to restaurants or businesses or clinics or hospitals or shopping or parks? You might not have school-aged kids living at home, and you might not mind living far away from businesses or restaurants. But we have a lot of families in Tucson, and the next home buyer might have kids at home, and they might want to be close to the good schools, and they might want to be closer to town with the restaurants and businesses and shopping. Tucson is not very walkable in most areas. Those types of options will definitely help when it comes time to sell your home later. And this might go without saying, but here in Tucson, we are all about the views. What type of view do you have from your backyard, or even your front yard for that matter? Again, most people hang out in their backyard at the end of the day, so what you see while you're relaxing after a long day of school or work is very important. And it really doesn't matter if it's far off mountain views or city views, or even if you're tucked up kind of inside of a cozy canyon. Any type of view is going to be better than looking into your neighbor's backyard or staring at your neighbor's house right behind you. And here's another big thing that all buyers want, and that is a garage. I recommend at least a 2-car garage, even if you only have 1 car. Here in Tucson, we don't have crawl spaces down below or finished basements, and we don't have big attics or lofts, so we really don't have a ton of storage compared to other places. You're lucky if you get a shed in the backyard, but in general, people use their garages for storage. And of course, if you can still squeeze your car in between boxes of Christmas decorations, it's a win. Even if you don't have that much stuff that you need to store, the next person who purchases your home probably will. Okay guys, so maybe these real estate agent words of wisdom have all been pretty self-explanatory, but there's one thing that a lot of buyers don't think about when they purchase a home, and that is the type of resale that you will have in an age-restricted community. We have a lot of active adult 55 plus retirement communities here, and most of my clients purchasing in those communities don't really care about resale value for their homes when they purchase them, and I don't blame them. The way I see it, if you've been working hard your entire life, you deserve to live in a home you want to live in when you retire, and if that's in a 55 plus community, that's awesome. But just keep in mind that those homes are a lot more difficult to sell down the road because there are a lot fewer people that can qualify for those homes, and of the people that can qualify, many of them don't want to live in an active adult retirement community, partially because the HOA dues can often be quite steep, and that is not always appealing to a lot of buyers. So now you've heard my list of things to keep in mind when you purchase your next Tucson home if resale value is of importance to you. But there are some things to consider about Tucson that I absolutely do not think matter one way or another when it comes to resale. And some of these tips might surprise you. For example, swimming pools. Some people in Tucson want them and some people absolutely do not want them at all. Some people have them, they wish they didn't. A lot of people don't have them, but they wish they did. When it comes to resale value, there are just as many buyers looking for homes with swimming pools as there are buyers that are very adamantly against them. The bottom line is, if you would like a swimming pool for your home, you should purchase a home with a pool, but don't purchase a home with a pool thinking that it will add to your resale value or make your home more sellable in the future. Another thing that doesn't really matter here in Tucson when it comes to resale value is the age of the home. Age is just a number, and there are a lot of fantastic things about our older architecture here and just as many great things about the newer homes here. A lot of buyers want an older brick mid-century home, and others would prefer the modern look of the frame stucco with the tile roof. Some people don't mind the lower ceilings on the older homes, but some people want high or vaulted ceilings with open floor plans like we have in our more contemporary designs. Another thing that doesn't really matter when it comes to resale is homeowners associations. Even though a lot of my buyer clients say that they want to purchase a home without an HOA, I also have just as many clients say that they do want an HOA because the HOA makes rules that the neighbors have to follow. So don't worry about the homeowners associations when it comes to resale value. Last but not least, I cannot emphasize enough that solar panels really don't make any type of a difference in resale. Some people want them, some people don't, but solar panels come in all shapes and sizes. Some are owned outright, some are financed, some are leased, some are even owned by the utility company. If you purchase a home that has solar, that's great. If the home you purchase does not have solar and you decide to put it on, that's great too. But don't assume that your house will sell for more money because it has solar. And don't assume that it will sell more quickly because it has solar. And here's another little word of realtor wisdom. Appraisers add very little value to solar to a home when they appraise it. Just something to think about. I hope you've learned a little bit about what is generally considered valuable in the Tucson real estate market. It's nice to know what might make your home more sellable down the road, but the bottom line is this: if you love the home, you should buy it without worrying what some future buyer might think. And you certainly should not worry about what some real estate agent on YouTube has to say. If you have a tip for Tucson home buyers, throw it down in the comments section below. And when you're ready to buy or sell a property in this city, give me a call. I am a born and raised Tucsonan, and I'd love to assist. All my contact information is in the description below each video on this channel, and you can check out any of our other 1,000 plus videos on this channel about Tucson and real estate in general. Consider liking and subscribing on your way out the door. I really appreciate you hanging out with me today, and I will see you in the next Tucson video or when we go to buy or sell a home together.